What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this POV review by AutoTopNL. My name is Max, and today we are taking a look at this Lamy green Audi RS3 Sportback. Now, we've made a review with the new RS3, which was a sedan, and well, we thought it is a beautiful week, and Audi offered us this RS3 Sportback in this cool spec, so we decided to take it for a drive, also because the last time it was pouring with rain, and today is so nice. Now, I'm not going to cover the RS3 in general, so if you want to learn more about the new RS3, I would recommend checking out the video in the top right corner. That is basically the introduction video of the new car. Today I'm going to cover a few different elements. It's going to be a quicker review, and I'm also going to address some comments we got in the last video, because apparently I made a mistake, and that also happens sometimes. So that's what we're going to do today. First, I'm going to show you the spec and walk around it quickly, and then we'll take it for a drive towards the Autobahn for a little Autobahn blast. Now, last time round we had winter tires limited to 240, which were quite good actually, those tires. Today we've also got winter tires limited to 270, so that should mean that we can get the top speed of 280 kilometers an hour today, which is optional. So, Lamy green. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Do you like this spec? Do you like this color on this car? I think it does make it look a bit like a dinky toy, like a toy car, but it does suit the car, because you have all that black around the car. You have those new aggressive front light units, those LEDs with the Finnish flag in there as well. I do think that, I said this about the sedan as well, I do think the new RS3 is a very pretty car. It's a good looking thing. It looks aggressive, it looks muscly, it looks like it's ready to go. I also like this part here. Is that real? Ah, that's fake. Or is it? Yeah, that's closed. That is too bad. I would have loved that to be real. Okay, we've got Michelin Pilot Alpine 5 tires, and we've got these 19-inch optional wheels with the tricolor thing going on, Y-spoke wheel, very nice wheel. And then we've got the regular steel brakes. Carbon ceramics are optional. You still only get ceramics at the front axle, but it does mean that you have the Dynamic Plus package, and your top speed is raised to 290 if you go for ceramics. We have 280 today, as I said, and as standard it does 250 kilometers an hour limited. Now, at the rear, last time round I showed you guys the LCE performance car with a grill exhaust, and it had this super smart little modification, because as you can see in the exhaust, I hope my angle is right now, just chilling here on the floor, I can see through the exhaust. I can see the tarmac, I can see the tire, I can see my hand. Hello, fingers are there, yeah. And that is butt ugly, basically. And then we've got these two pipes in there, and then this thing which is part of the bumper. So what the LCE and grill exhaust guys did is that they added this black tube inside right there, and that means that when you stand behind it, you just had that, just a black hole basically inside the tailpipe, which means that you don't really see that the tip is part of the bumper instead of an exhaust, and you don't see those two separate things in there. So I really like that. I would definitely recommend everyone to go for that mod for their RS3. So the Sportback, of course, you have a hatchback instead of the regular boot lid. Little spoiler here, yeah. Engine wise, so the 2.5 liter 5-cylinder engine, 400 horsepower, 500 newton meters of torque, 0 to 100 3.8 seconds. Yeah, I covered all this in my last review. If you want to learn more about what happened with this engine, it's basically the same engine as before with a couple mods. I guess that's it. So let's take a look inside. We've got a very cool spec here with this matte carbon panel running across the dash with this little angle there all the way to the left. Beautiful interior. I really like this. I think it looks super mature, it looks big and luxurious, and I'll start it up. Yeah, I just really like the fact that you've got a touchscreen, but the most important things are still just a regular button below, like the climate stuff, your heated seats, the traction control, all that stuff. You've got your audio down here with this little iPod controller basically. So yeah, really good job on that. We've got the RS seats, as you know by now, not the most sportive but very comfy, and a nice RS steering wheel. Alrighty, so let's take it for a little drive. Okay, so let's address the mistake I made last time. There was a long line of people telling me this. I had the RS torque rear mode activated, but I didn't turn off traction control altogether. So I was complaining that the car didn't really let me do anything I wanted, but that was apparently because you have to engage the mode and then turn off traction control altogether. And so it did allow me to brake traction and throw around the rear end, but I wasn't allowed to then give it some throttle and maintain the slide. Slide, it is quite difficult to do because it just breaks traction and then you have to catch it. But I am going to demonstrate now that it is possible. Okay, so I am allowed to do a little donut here. I have to make sure that you time it right. So that is absolutely hilarious. It feels quite fake and forced. It feels like your rear wheels are trying to mimic a shopping cart, basically. What is that called? Those wheels, those... That's basically what it feels like. If you drive in torque rear and you hit the throttle, it's like the rear wheels are trying to decide, okay, power to left rear, right rear, left rear, right rear. It's super weird. But it is fun, and I will say that I indeed made a mistake by not turning off traction control altogether, because it does work. Okay, so let's do another one, because I do remain skeptical because it is very, very, very hard to control. It doesn't feel natural, and my point of the first review being that I felt like it wasn't really made to do like big drifts and slides, but more to make the car feel more neutral and more rear wheel drive biased. I think that really works, and I guess that if you have like a snow drive or something like that, it would feel really, really cool. So if you try to do like a slide in first gear, it's super hard to judge, because you really don't know how much throttle input you need. That was like 75-80%, and you could feel it starting to let go. But then you don't have enough power going to the rear to continue. So you really have to be balls to the wall, fully committed, and then really floor it into a corner, forcing the car to recognize the fact that you want all of the power going to the rear. So yeah, it is a lot of fun, and as I said, if you have like a ton of snow, it would be absolutely awesome. But on a regular drive, I would just recommend putting the car in the performance mode, the RS performance mode, because yeah, that rear axle just feels weird when you have it in that torque rear mode. Alrighty, so driving it, yeah, it is a very, very quick car, and you just feel like every generation of RS3 you drive that the drivetrain sort of feels the same, but everything around it improves. So this car has got a wider track, it feels more square, and the handling is definitely better. It's more neutral, and I feel like they really did something with all the downsides that the previous car had. Okay, so let's go and launch it. Performance mode. There we go. Oh, that's a lot of grip. And that's 100. So as I said, 3.8 seconds claimed. We actually did a 3.65 second 0 to 100. So it is very, very quick. I mean, these 0 to 100 runs are getting out of hand. This is so quick for a freaking hot hatch. Like, okay, it's not a hot hatch, it's a hyper hatch or whatever, but it's so quick. So in this segment, hyper hatch, you basically have two options. You've got this Audi RS3 and you've got the Mercedes AMG A45S, and of course the BMW M2, which is not really a hatchback but is in the same category. So you've got three very different things. Definitely all have their own benefits and their own character, but I feel like the A45S and this car are quite comparable because they share a similar setup of hatchback, you know, four-wheel drive. But this car has a 5-cylinder, and this drivetrain just has so much more character than the A45S. I'm not really a big fan of that 4-cylinder, as you know. Yes, it's got 421 horsepower. Yes, it's faster from 0 to 250 kilometers an hour in our measurements, but I feel like you get bored of it more quickly than this. This 5-cylinder just always has that sound and that burble, and the power delivery is so nice. You've got that big torque and of course massive tuning potential, which you also don't have in an A45S. Alrighty, at the Autobahn. As I said, this car has really matured. It feels very grown up on the Autobahn. It feels stable, comfortable, fast. Man, it's empty. You know, tire noise, wind noise, it's all very civilized. We are nearing the top speed here. So 280 is the top speed and the car will do 288. There we are. Won't go any faster than that. But that is very easy. So of course we also measured the 100 to 200 performance, and we measured a 9.84 second run with this car, which is quite quick. Not as quick as an A45S, which did 9.74, but it is much quicker than the outgoing BMW M2 competition, which we measured at 10.6 with that car. So the new M2 is coming this summer, or will be introduced this summer. So we'll just have to wait what that's going to be like, but I guess it will be close again. But out of those three, this definitely is the most capable all-rounder. It just does everything really well and really easily. And if you put a little exhaust on this car, it will sound even better, because the sound you hear now is a lot of fake sound through the speakers, but these engines can sound magnificent. So there's a lot of potential still in these cars, which I'm sure we will be able to witness when the tuners get their hands on these cars, and they will visit us, of course. But yeah, it's super easy. I also want to compliment these tires, by the way, these Michelin Pilot Alpine 5s. They are super nice. Very suitable for high-speed driving. Now, to end this video, let's do a torque pull. I'll do 6th gear, 130 kilometers an hour. Foot down, here we go. That is not bad. I really like doing these because you have that build up of boost, speed, power. Yeah, all the things we love. And there we go. 130 to 260 in 6th gear. It does show you the versatility of this car. It's such a good daily. It's very competent. Okay, so we are nearing the border. I'm going to end it here. I hope you enjoyed this little video, this update video. You can subscribe by clicking the big button in the middle. You can also check out this video on the right or go check out this playlist on the left. See you at the next one. Bye.